Donald Trump might have a hard time trying to argue that he did not, in fact, incite an insurrection due to the fact that the people who committed said insurrection are now coming out and saying that Donald Trump told them to do this. Yeah, legally speaking, that's not a good thing, right? When you're trying to say that these people acted on their own, it's not because of what I said, but then all the people say, no, dude, it's because of what you said. Yeah, kind of undermines any legal argument that you may have. Let's not forget, right? Donald Trump was impeached, and the article of impeachment was over inciting the insurrection that took place in Washington, D.C. on January 6th at the Capitol. Now, those same people who did this, the people that are slowly being arrested one by one, are telling officers, are telling prosecutors, Donald Trump told me to do this. Now, in order for Trump to successfully argue his case, or his lawyers to successfully argue their case, what they would have to do is prove, obviously, that Donald Trump did not tell these people to do this thing, that his words could not have been misconstrued in any possible way to make these people think that this is what he wanted. The fact that they are now telling prosecutors, yeah, we did this because he had said this is what he wanted, that immediately undermines that number one defense of trying to convince people, I didn't tell them to do this. They misconstrued my words. Now that is going to have to be the defense that they end up going with, that they misconstrued my words. But when you have so many different ones telling the same story, it paints a picture of not them misconstruing your words, but of you speaking in a way that each of these individuals acting on their own, they each interpreted it in the same way. I hope this is making sense. You know, this is, believe it or not, a little bit of a complicated legal issue. It is not as cut and dry as we would like to think. You know, to us, it is pretty obvious that, yes, Donald Trump did this. In court, which, yes, because they're saying this could actually now go to real criminal charges, not just the impeachment trial. But in court, you would have to prove that they misconstrued or that your words were such that they were able to misconstrue it. It is not what you meant. But again, when so many different people misconstrue it in the same way, and it's not one, group, it's not like all of these people were part of the same little insurrection crew, then it becomes less likely that they screwed up, but more likely that you did, in fact, do the thing you're being accused of doing. So, to sum it all up, all of these Trump supporters, these insurrectionists who are now coming out there trying to be loyal to Trump, saying, yeah, we did it because he told us to, and we would do anything this man tells us to. Yeah, just know, each and every one of you that's made this claim has now actually hurt Donald Trump's defense. So thank you very much for that.